How to avoid burnout and play the long game. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you three really powerful methods from my own life and starting and growing numerous different companies and then doing all kinds of different endeavors where I've had to learn the hard way of how to avoid getting burnout and to ultimately be able to play the long game. Because why do we even start a company? Why do we want to be an entrepreneur? Or why are we excelling in whatever area it is? It's so that we can have a great life, so we can be happy. But when you hit burnout, nothing is really enjoyable, and what we want to do is avoid that. The first thing that's really helped me avoid burnout and to be able to play the long game is to become hyper aware of my body and what's going on and really be aware of the warning signs and these telltale signs. And the first warning sign is, for me, is just to notice a difference in my energy, my attitude. If I really want to go out and maybe share great energy with other people. I'll give you an example. Last week, right now I'm in Brazil, so my diet has changed. I'm doing all kinds of different things during the week. Clearly I'm speaking Portuguese a lot of the time. And my routine has adjusted. And at the same time, I'm still leading the 5 different companies that I am. So what I noticed around Friday was that my energy level wasn't where it normally is. And so what I did was I started to adjust things. I started to rest a little bit more. I started to reduce the number of extra activities that require a lot of energy. What I also started to do was I started to reflect and I started to ask myself, why is that? And I ultimately identified that it was because I was eating, for me, a diet which is tons of fruit and tons of acai, which is this purple thing they have in Brazil. But the key aspect of this is to become aware. Because what I would do a lot of times in the past is push through it. However, if you push through when you start to see those warning signs, ultimately then what you do is you end up hitting the point of burnout. And once you hit the point of burnout, then you often need more than just a couple of hours or a little bit of reflection to re-energize. A lot of times it could be days or weeks, or one goes into that kind of slump where there's not much desire to do really anything and one's kind of blocked off from this infinite power in the universe. On the same note, if having an even greater connection where you can be able to design your life by tapping into this infinite power around us to manifest the life that you design. I have a free class on powerlifeclass.com. There's no opt-in or anything required. It's just a video up on a page to take you step by step through the same process that I use. Step number 2 is to redefine what success is. Since everything is just BS, meaning belief system, why not choose a belief system that's going to be really, really positive for you to avoid burnout, play the long game, and ultimately enjoy yourself even more as you're achieving all of these successes? Because why is it that you want to have or to achieve whatever it is that you're focusing on right now? It's ultimately so you can feel great. And the cool thing is you can actually feel great right now. A lot of times, though, that didn't happen to me, and that's why I ended up getting burnt out. In many of the companies and businesses that I've started and I've been growing, and whether you're growing from 0 to your first 10,000, your 10,000 to your first 100, or your 100 to your first million, to your first 3 million, to 5 million, whatever it is, or wherever you are going, there's going to be a period of time between where you set the intention, you make it your reality, and then the business catches up to your reality of how you see things. So one's only going to be periodically at the point of actually being completely, truly aligned with this physical reality, with what you created mentally, whether it's 1 million, 10 million, 100, or a billion, whatever it is. So why not enjoy ourselves in the process? And we can enjoy ourselves even more in the process and feel successful along the way by defining success instead of as a destination, as a process. So the way that I look at things and the mindset and belief system that for me works really, really well is to set my bar of being successful, of impactful, and of happy. I asked myself, Eric, did you do the best you could every single day based on what's going on around me? And I reflect on the prior day. I said, well, Eric, how was yesterday? With the same level of the same bar of, did I do the best I could? in all of the different areas of my life, in the spiritual, in the health, in the enjoyment, interpersonal, and then financial and business. And what that does is it puts the control back in my hands with the flexibility that if something is going on that requires more attention, I can still do the best I can in every single life area. And by doing that, what happens is that I'm creating this continual level of a feeling of feeling good. And what that helps me do is avoid feeling burnt out, because if you're feeling good, why would you ever feel burnt out? What got me feeling burnt out and got me to that horrible point of feeling like I slammed into a brick wall was feeling like I wasn't making the progress I wanted, feeling like I wasn't reaching the goals that I had set for myself. So by doing this every single day, we can be successful. And that creates a positive momentum. And the more positive momentum, the more one feels good, one feels like they're achieving, the less likely you're even going to have burnout at all. The third and extremely effective step for myself, which has helped me avoid burnout, play the long game, is to identify and expand continuously a mission greater than myself. Let me explain. In the past, in the businesses that I've started and I've been growing, and I've done this, I've been starting and growing companies for a really long time, I would focus on profit, I would focus on profit metrics and sales, and we've had incredible successes in those lines. But in reflection, it hasn't been very fulfilling. In other words, it was succeeding in this area of life in monetary wise, where I could go out and buy things and use the money for that, but it wasn't creating this total happiness, this joy, this joie de vivre, and it wasn't flowing over into all the areas of my life to create this complete beautiful harmony. Because why is it that you have an interest in starting a business, or maybe you have a business, or maybe you're in a profession and you want to grow and be even more successful? You may say, okay, it's to make money. But if we go beyond that, we keep on asking why, I would affirm or assert that the reason why is because you want to be happy. You want to have a greater quality of life. And since I've had the opportunity to go out and start businesses and start companies and grow them and have them making a good amount of money per year, and realize that wasn't a great amount of fulfillment, what I do is I had to shift. I had to find a solution. And the solution that I found was to focus, instead of on the money, let the money be a secondary. Focus first on your mission. And we probably heard that before. Focus on a mission. Well, what we want to do is go even deeper in the mission. For example, two of the companies that I have are in the financial services area, in that niche. And instead of focusing on sales and profit and those kinds of metrics as a core focus of mine, what I do now is I see the people when they're stressed and they're having problems right now in their families, not able to enjoy life, and then see them and experience how their lives waking up and they're able to enjoy life again. They're able to do the things that they most enjoy, and that light that's given into them in their homes. So what I would ask you is, what is something related to your profession, your job, or even maybe a business you're thinking of starting that can be up here? And then, well, yeah, of course, you help a lot of people. As a secondary, there'll be income. A second, third, there'll be all this opportunity you can use the income for, and things like that. What I'm saying is to still have the income. Absolutely, you need that so that the business grows, so that you can then contribute to others even more, do the things that you want for your life. However, to make the focus point beyond that. And let me explain to you just an example of how it shifts one's daily experience. In the past, if someone was rude to me, I would be more tending to take it personally, because I was focused in the business kind of on more for me. But now, because I'm focusing on shifting on what can I do to make these people, their lives even better. And there's another company I have in the health products. It's the same concept. You just apply it to whatever your product or service is going to be doing. I have the belief that it's very important to go out and share great energy with other people. First, you need to be recharged yourself, and then share it with other people, positively impact other people. And when I was going out and doing that, sometimes people are a little bit rude to me. And in the past, that would actually bother me. And now, if that happens, a common thing that I would simply say is, oh, you want me to get lost or go away? And I kind of laugh at it because it's kind of funny to me. It's the concept of this, is that if you're walking around and you have a $100 bill and you're giving it to people, and someone says, no, I don't want it. Or actually, this happened to me in San Diego when I was giving out peanut butter sandwiches to the people who were homeless and had no food, that one of the guys said to me, and he threw the peanut butter sandwich, I don't know if it was at my face or at the ground, but he didn't want it. He wanted, I don't remember what he wanted. Maybe he wanted salami or something. And I felt down. I felt like hurt because I was too focused on more for me. And that definitely leads to burnout. I promise you. I've burned out so many times because of that. And now the mentality is of giving. The more we're focused on giving instead of getting, as we have the full control in our own hands. So if someone is, quote, rude to you or dismisses you or says go F off or whatever, you can say, hey, it looks like you want me to go. Have a great day and great energy, or whatever comes to you. That's my thing. I love giving great energy to people. So it's a concept. If you're going around with $100 bill and you're giving it to people, if somebody says, no, I don't want the $100 bill, you're like, okay. And because you're giving. And so that's the mindset.